Is this? Wait, Okay, yeah, the timer is moving. Hi. Hi, loves. Chosen ones. I am feeling so, incredibly anxious for you tonight, and, I just needed to connect with you immediately. Welcome back to Constellation Station. If you are new here, hi, I'm Olivia, and wow, just take a deep breath with me, okay? We need to talk about this astrological event that we are walking right into. It is making me so profoundly nervous for the collective, but specifically for you. Earlier tonight, I was just doing some, mundane stuff around the house, and I suddenly got hit with this overwhelming, dizzying wave of anxiety, mixed with this fierce sense of vindication for you. They really tried to make you look bad. They completely went out of their way to do it. The people around you, maybe it was a toxic workplace or a group of friends you trusted implicitly or even family. They absolutely tried to paint you as the villain of the story. And right now, we are heading straight into this intense astrological transit called Mercury Combustion. I know the word combustion sounds terrifying, and honestly, the energy of it is what's making me so incredibly on edge. It feels volatile. It feels erratic. But let me just break it down simply. Think of Mercury as the planet of talking. Text messages, DMs, rumors, and all those little whispers people do in the break room when you walk away. It is the messenger planet. But right now, this messenger is moving way, way too close to the sun. And the sun in astrology is this massive, blinding, unforgiving spotlight of absolute truth. So basically, when Mercury gets this incredibly close, it is completely overwhelmed by the sunlight. It gets swallowed up and burned alive. So all those people, those hidden enemies who have been whispering about you, their lies are literally getting set on fire by the truth. It is too bright for their gossip to survive. But the reason I am so anxious is because, well, when people's lies are exposed, they panic. The energy out there is going to be so chaotic, so messy. They are going to be scrambling. It feels very much like it was written in the stars for this exact moment to happen, you know? To force their masks to fall off. But the fallout is going to be loud. I know how absolutely exhausted you are. Being a chosen one is not just some trendy, cute aesthetic. It is a heavy, heavy, isolating reality. You are constantly carrying this pure, high vibrational energy, and people who refuse to heal themselves are violently triggered by your light. You have been sitting there in silence, taking the absolute highest road, just watching them spin these ridiculous, damaging narratives about you. You have been dealing with the paranoia, the heavy, thick energy in rooms when you walk in. My Cancer sun is flaring up so intensely right now. My eyes are actually welling up. I feel so fiercely protective of you. I want to say that they are evil, but no, I don't want to say that. It feels more like they are just deeply, deeply broken, but their brokenness is hurting you. This period right now is just the storm before the calm. The disruption and the anxiety you are feeling is just the absolute dismantling of their illusions. Let me look at these cards. My hands are literally trembling a little bit while I hold them. I had my tarot astrology deck laid out on my velvet mat already because I was trying to meditate on this combustion energy, but, I need to look at them again with you. I need to really feel what they are saying in real time, because my intuition is just screaming right now. Okay, scanning the table here. So looking at this very first card on the far left, I am immediately drawn down to this tiny, yellowish, completely blank, wait, no. It says Mercury. Wow. Okay, that is wild. My intuition completely hijacked my eyes for a second. Next to it, the middle card, we have Pisces. These two gorgeous fish swimming in opposite directions through this very hazy, like watery blue space. And then on the far right, we have Chiron, the wounded healer, with this huge glowing moon and a dark flag planted in this rocky landscape. That initial terrible feeling of abandonment and isolation, that was exactly what they wanted you to feel. They intentionally wanted to isolate you from the group. But the card itself is Mercury, confirming exactly what we just talked about with the combustion. Let's really connect the dots here because this is so incredibly specific and it's making my heart beat even faster. Look at this Mercury card again. Above the hazy textured moon, there is this huge, beautiful butterfly. A butterfly is all about change, right? It's metamorphosis. But here is the thing. They tried to use their words against you. They thought they could control the narrative and force you into a cocoon of shame. They really tried to make you look unhinged or crazy. I literally cannot even fathom the audacity. Who has the time to sit around and plot the downfall of someone whose energy is just naturally bright? I cannot. But because Mercury is combust, all their little whispers are just failing miserably. Every single time they try to drag your name into a conversation now, they end up stumbling over their own words. They are exposing their own deep-seated jealousy. It's like they are standing on a stage trying to point a finger at you, and the entire audience is just staring at them, suddenly realizing how deeply toxic they are. And then looking at this Pisces card in the middle, it is so... Wow, I just got a massive chill down my spine. Did the temperature in here just drop, or is it just me? Wow, my arms are completely covered in goosebumps. Okay, let me just pull my sleeves down. The energy just shifted so heavily in the room just looking at these fish. It feels so thick and watery. Right, Pisces, this is the 12th house energy in astrology. If you don't know what the 12th house is, think of it like, it's like the hidden room in the basement of your life. It's the subconscious, the spiritual realm, the hospitals, the prisons, and the places where we isolate ourselves to hide from the world. Looking at this hazy blue underwater scene, it is really tugging at my heartstrings right now because I can physically feel how deeply, deeply lonely it has been for you in this watery depth. You have been carrying this quiet dignity. You retreated. You went deep into your Pisces energy and just stayed quiet and out of sight while they were being so loud and messy and chaotic up on the surface. You didn't fight back, and I know how much that burned. I know how much restraint that took when every fiber of your being wanted to scream the truth. Excuse me, my throat is getting so dry, I think it's just the nerves. But the tides are turning, my beautiful friends. The universe is stepping in as your ultimate defense attorney right now. Moving to the final card on the right, we have Chiron. This is so incredibly powerful, and it's making me want to cry out of sheer relief for you. Chiron is an asteroid, and in astrology, it represents our deepest, most painful spiritual wounds. It's the trauma we carry. But it also represents where we have the absolute greatest capacity to heal ourselves and to heal others. It's the superpower that is born from the scar. Look at this landscape on the card. There is this dark flag standing tall, planted right in the ground, and this beautiful glowing orb of a moon in the sky. It feels like you are finally planting a flag of victory over your own trauma. They really, truly thought they could deliver the kiss of death to your reputation. They honestly believed they were being so incredibly clever and strategic with their little mean girl games and their calculated gossip. But instead of destroying you, they just accidentally activated your ultimate healing era. You are not going to be sitting around in the dark crying over spilled milk anymore. You are not grieving the loss of these people because you are finally seeing them for exactly what they are: catalysts for your growth. You have always been the type of person to wear your heart on your sleeve, to be open and loving and trusting. And you know what? They saw your absolute softness as a weakness to exploit. They thought they could just come into your sacred space and leave you totally swept off your feet in the worst, most disorienting, dizzying way possible. They wanted you confused, anxious, and off balance. But Chiron is standing here on this card saying absolutely not. The wound they tried so hard to create is exactly where the divine light is entering your life right now. The fact that they tried so intensely to tear you down is the exact reason everyone else is now looking at you and seeing how incredibly strong, resilient, and graceful you actually are. Their attempt to ruin you is literally the exact mechanism that is elevating you to a higher timeline. It is just pure, unadulterated karma happening in real time, unfolding right before your eyes, and you do not have to lift a single finger to help it along. Just stay in your peaceful, protected Pisces energy. Let the blinding light of the sun and this intense Mercury combustion burn up all their lies. Wow. I feel such a massive, overwhelming release of physical tension in my body right now. Oh my gosh, my shoulders just dropped down like 2 inches. The fear I had at the beginning of this recording is fading. The storm is fully passing, you guys. The truth is completely out in the open now, and it cannot be put back in the dark. Walking through this transit is going to feel like finally waking up from a really heavy, suffocating, weird dream. You do not ever need to defend yourself against these people again. Just let them keep talking, because right now, their own toxic words are their absolute biggest enemies. They are digging their own graves with their mouths. Please take a warm salt bath tonight if you can. Or just take a really long, hot shower. Imagine physically washing all of this dense, sticky, anxious energy right down the drain. Let the water clear your aura. You are completely, totally protected by the divine. If you need to look closer at what specific astrological house this intense combustion is happening in for your own personal birth chart, because it will hit everyone a little differently depending on where your houses are. The link for my private one-on-one readings is softly linked down below in the description box. I would be so incredibly honored to hold space for you, to sit with you, and to look at your chart together to find some peace. Until next time, my beautiful chosen ones, stay soft, stay completely in your power, don't let them make you hard, and I love you so much. Bye.